Hamas claimed responsibility for the combined ramming and stabbing attacks in Ra'anana yesterday afternoon, murdering one woman and wounding over a dozen people. A terrorist stabbed a woman while another terrorist stole a car and proceeded to carry out ramming attacks in several locations in the city. The terrorists swapped vehicles 3 times after crashing. The terrorists were Mohammed Zaidat, 44, and Ahmed Zaidat, 24, both from Hebron, and were later arrested. And joining us now is International Police Spokesperson Master Sergeant Dean Elsdan. The attack in Ra'anana, Dean, was the first big attack inside Israel since the start of the war in Gaza. How, if at all, can we protect ourselves, or is it even possible?
So it's a great question. It's the first big attack since the war, but it's not the first attack that was attempted. The police and the border police are working around the clock, night and day. They're working overt and covert. We have so many special units and so many units that deal with technology and intelligence who are thwarting attacks. I can just give an example. Just a few days ago, the border police in Jerusalem stopped 2 members of ISIS who had affiliation to the ISIS terror organization inside of Jerusalem, just a few miles away from the old city. They found books where they had instructions on how to create bombs and do things of the sort. We were able to stop them, preventing a much larger attack from happening. This is just a drop in the bucket. This is what the police and the border police are doing around the clock. We're working with the Shin Bet, with the IDF. Everybody has the same goal right now. It's not a secret that we're in a state of war, but what I can tell you is that together with the civilians, we increase our vigilance, we pay attention to anything suspicious, and we alert the police. We're going to be able to protect ourselves a lot better if we act responsibly.
Dean, the 2 terrorist suspects entered Israel by car from Hebron. Did they not have working papers to be in Israel? I mean, how many Palestinians from the territories are in Israel at any given time, and why isn't their entry during this war prevented? I mean, how come?
So I don't want to get into the details, neither of the politics of if they're allowing people or not allowing people. There are people who are allowed to be in Israel with work permits. The suspects that we're talking about, though, were in Israel illegally. And this is something that the police, together with the Shin Bet, are going to figure out how they got here so that we can stop it from taking place in the future, but also to make sure that we arrest anybody that was involved in bringing them inside of Israel. We're going to do everything possible to keep our people safe. If that includes making sure that anyone who assisted them, knowingly or not knowingly, is going to be brought in for questioning.
Dean, it does not appear that this was an attack coordinated by Hamas. Rather, it was individuals deciding to kill Jews for the cause. Is there also a growing possibility that armed attacks will be attempted next?
Listen, this is Israel, and unfortunately, we've seen no shortage of armed attacks against civilians or security forces. But that's why we're putting out more police officers and more border police officers in the streets to make sure that we have a heavy presence, which thwarts anybody from trying to commit an attack. And in the event that attack does take place, we're going to be right there. You saw the attack in Ra'anana. The police were able to close in on the net and make sure that we capture both the terrorists that were involved in the attack. Hamas is praising these types of attacks, and that just goes to speak to what kind of organization we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who want nothing more than to harm civilians. And us, as the police and the border police, want nothing more than to protect them, because these are our families. I might be wearing this uniform and the officers might wear uniform, but at the end of the day, we're defending our home. We're defending our loved ones. And we're going to stop at nothing to make sure that they're safe.
That's a really strong message. Dean, right before the interview started, you told me you're in Kfar Aza right now. What does it look like
Correct.
now? What's your main activity there?
So right now, we're bringing a lot of delegations here to see the aftermath of October 7th. What a lot of people might not know is that the first responders here to Kfar Aza were actually police and border police forces. Units of 33, a special unit of the police, Hamas, a special unit of counterterrorism in the border police. They were here making sure that we can get civilians to safety. We were battling the terrorists. So we're bringing delegations here to show, 1, what Hamas is all about, show them the atrocities that they committed, but 2, show them why it took so long for security forces to get to certain people. People were inside of their safe rooms, a room that's supposed to protect them from rockets, and on October 7th was used to protect them against terrorists. And our security forces had to go house by house, some of them that were booby-trapped, in order to pull them to safety, but also to take out any of the terrorists that were swarming into residential communities along the Gaza border, which is right behind me a few kilometers away.
in 3 months, and I can only imagine how hard it is. Thank you so much for joining us today, and stay safe.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.